because I wanted to play
Yeah,
that.
you ever played Puppet before?
I've never played it, no.
Oh my god, yeah, it's fine. We'll do Poop Dwaft.
I think AI drivers are great
User
for
joined your
open terrain.
channel.
They weren't as bad as I thought they would be.
User joined your channel.
It was when we came in contact with anything
User
and they would
joined your
spasm
channel.
it like a rock or a fence.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
other than that,
Yeah, like if it was to the east of Altus, where there's a lot more open rolling hills, I think you can get away with it. But in the town, it's really difficult. Or with the RHS vehicles, I think the commander site was too zoomed in. At least that's how I felt.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
Okay, Beta, you here?
Yes.
Headshot, you here?
Yep.
And who's leading the weapons debt? Soviet?
King Beaver.
King, that's right. Okey-doke. I'll make this fairly quick. So, ground. We are operating in a fairly wooded AO. There's a main road, Route Hawk, that runs east to west along the north end of the AOR. Our platoon boundary is dominated by a large field with a collection of buildings, which is our objective in it. The enemy is known to be occupying this position. The control measures. To our left, we have a ASR that splits our boundary from the platoon to our left. That's Route Sparrow. That's our left boundary. To our right, it'll be the edge of the tree line, and then the edge of the far tree line across Route Finch. Obstacles. We know the enemy has wire in place. They've wired the west and east approaches to their position, so we can only attack it from the north or the south. Suspect enemy locations. We know the enemy is fortified buildings 1, 3, and 4, as well as dug a fire trench to the rear of the position to cover the depth. So we'll be hopefully making our approach and staying outside of the arcs of those buildings. Metrep. It's early, but it's also summer, and this is a very north position, so I think we're pretty decent in terms of visibility. All right, sit General, the enemy is currently conducting retrograde operations to the northeast, attempt to delay our offensive. We have a reduced section in our AOR garrisoning the buildings at the edge of Route Finch. They are there to prevent our movement across the field. They're dismounted infantry with Soviet pattern weapons, AK-74s, RPGs, and PKMs. Most likely course of enemy action is they basically delay us and then withdraw to the north. Most dangerous course of enemy action is they destroy us, or basically fix us and then destroy us with maneuver or indirect. Two up intent is to destroy elements of the 236 mode rifle regiment and around the highway. One up intent is to establish a block around Route Hawk in order to isolate
User left your channel.
enemy forces. We'll have a platoon to our left conducting parallel operations, but they're not in support, or there's no kind of crossover there. Mission. Our mission is to clear the enemy section near Route Finch no later than 0345 in order to set the conditions for 2 platoons attack across the road. Say again, we are to destroy the enemy section in our AO near Route Finch no later than 0345 in order to set conditions for 2 platoons attack across Route Hawk. Execution. My intent is conducted in 3 phases. Phase 1, movement to the ORV. Phase 2, the attack. Phase 3, consolidation. The main effort will be in phase 2 with one section. They will be the assault element. The concept of operations will move to the ORV. From there, weapons will establish a base of fire on the rock walls at the edge of the tree line. They'll put fire from the south onto the objective, namely buildings 1, 3, and 4, as well as any other likely known or suspected enemy positions. Once the fire base has been established and the fire plan is completed, one section followed by 2 section will conduct essentially a frontal in order to gain lodgement at the enemy position. The idea is to use kind of handrail the edge of the field and hopefully advance so that we've cut off their arcs from buildings 4 and 3 using building 1 as cover, which will suppress with the fire base. They'll then gain lodgement, fight through the position, and then at the end we'll consolidate on the LOA. Groupings and tasks. Phase 1, one section will lead us to the ORV. 4 will follow 1 as the weapons det, and then 2 will bring up the rear. Phase 2, weapons will form the fire base to the front right under the direction of the platoon commander, myself. Once the fire base is set, they will begin the fire plan. 1 will conduct an attack to gain lodgement onto building 1. And then 2 will follow and assume. I'll go over actions on the objective in a moment. And then phase 3, consolidation. We'll consolidate 1 to the north, 2 to the east, and then 4 bringing up, and we'll place the machine guns on the flanks. Once we're consolidated, we'll call the mission. Coordinating instructions, none. Fire plan. Fire base will be 120 seconds rapid rate on known or suspected enemy positions, plus we'll give it a volley of M72s on any known or suspected enemy positions from the rifle teams, which will be on the to the left in an attack position just short of the field. We won't bypass actions on the objective. When 1 gets to the objective, I want them to establish a local fire base and dominate the buildings. If they can make entry to building 1 safely, they're to do so. Otherwise,
User
we'll
joined
set the
your
condition for
channel.
2 to make building entry to building 1 before continuing and clearing buildings 2, 3, and 4. So 1, my intent there is for you to break in and secure, prevent enemy movement between the positions, and then 2, with the extra people, they will actually do the clearance of the buildings with 1 falling in and helping as needed. Location of myself during the attack, I'll be with 2 following up on 1. CCP, attacking elements, leave casualties for the reserve, and then we'll collect and deal with casualties at the phase 3 transition. Surface support, nil. I want to move out no later than 5 minutes after departure. I'll do a radio check after 2. Command and signals, as per the command and signals card. What are your questions?
I want 1 section order march to the RV.
Order march to the RV is as stated. 1 headquarters, 4 and 2.
No further.
All right, 2, 4. Any questions?
4 is good.
All right, let's go up.
User left your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
So creative.
User joined your channel.
Always.
User joined your channel. User joined your channel.